I'm with Kolkata artist Prithviraj Choudhury, who's just back from a very successful tour of Bombay. From Madhur Bhandarkar to Pritish Nandi to Raveena Tandon to Sonu Sood, everybody is interested in Prithviraj's art. Prithviraj, hello and welcome to The Print.
Thank you, Deep, for having me here.
So Prithviraj, tell me, why is Bollywood so interested in your art suddenly?
This is very interesting. It's a story. I have been painting for the last 10 years, but it seems that all of a sudden, Bollywood, the most coveted film industry in the world, has suddenly started showing in procuring my art. I've also got very interesting few commission work from the top liners of the industry. They seem to be very much connected, and the nexus is helping me to reach out to different Bollywood personalities one after another. It's magical. God needs to be praised. I'm really happy for this.
Tell me about your school of painting. It's the Kalighat school of painting.
That's right.
Tell me more
So
about it.
basically, Kalighat School of Art. Primarily, we go back to the middle of the 19th century, where actually this particular art evolved around the Kalighat temple. So, what is to happen, Deep, is that there is to be creative artisans who is to sit around the Kalighat temple and is to come up with the pictorial depiction of narratives on scrolling narrative. We used to call it scrolling narrative. You can scroll it down, and it's like a storyboard, like the our like Hindu mythology goes back years, and we have got so many interesting folk stories about deities, about different religious figures, about folklores. So they used to all, like create a narrative, a pictorial narrative, and they started this particular genre called Kalighat School of Art. Then this particular art form transitioned into a single page narrative, what people started calling it Potochitra. So Potochitra is again, you must have heard about the name. Potochitra is again, especially Bengal, Odisha. These are the places where, like artists started practicing this art genre. And like you'll significantly find very strong and bold use of colors and lines and strokes. That is to really attract me right from my childhood.
It's a very distinctive art form.
It's a very distinctive art form, and as we all have heard about the great, iconic, legendary Jamini Roy, uh, his art is again inspired by this particular art form, and in every Bengali family, if you go, you'll find this particular art form as one of the must-haves, and that's exactly what is to happen. So, if you really ask me, that my father, who happened to be an artist, he died young, at a very young age, at 41, where before an artist can really blossom into a master, but he used to practice this particular art form.
You
And
picked it
like,
up from there.
yeah, very much. And like every son, looking up to the father as the hero, right from my childhood days, I used to really try to imitate him on my paper. And that is how probably I started getting kind of a skill and interest uh, and passion, obviously, which got me to really understand uh, art as something to do with the deities, something to do with this particular genre. Later on, when I grew up, I got to learn that this is like a coveted Kalighat School of Art. And obviously, my father used to use poster colors, very bold poster colors. Like, for example, Kalighat School, originally when it started, artists used to use natural colors. Like from the leaf, they used to get the green. From different materials, they used to create a color of their own, and very bold and vibrant. But obviously, my tutelage has taught me how to use acrylic color. I happen to use acrylic color a lot. I'm very comfortable with it, and I feel that my art is deeply inspired by this Kalighat School of Art. And this is primarily when you're in Bengal, and when you try to define art in Bengal, no one can miss out on this particular genre.
But you did not start out as an artist. You had a corporate job before, and then you decided to leave it and become an artist. Tell me about that journey.
So, Deep, let me correct a small bit of a notion. Actually, I am an artist first. Right from my childhood days, I used to really practice art, paint. But as you know, I studied in a school, in an education system where probably uh, art was not given that much of importance uh, compared to the other faculties in the education. So I got to realize that maybe I need to look for something else, not practice art, which might not give me enough means of living. But I always felt that uh, by heart, my passion always lied with art. I trained myself to be a brand strategist, and as you rightly said, that I used to work for corporates. And imagine I used to really do branding for other artists. Then I realized that somewhere the art of creation and the art of marketing, as we say, that creativity getting married to commerce, these two can be punched together and create something which I'm doing perhaps. So I started realizing that my art is not only getting appreciated, as you know, that encouragement and appreciation, like they are the primary two reasons for people to really dive into a particular profession, and you gain more power to your skill and talent. And I realized that my art is getting appreciated everywhere. So that got me kind of a conviction that I should really pursue this. I should pursue my passion. I should really take this up as an unfulfilled dream of my father, who died so young practicing this art. Maybe I can probably do some justice to his unfulfilled dreams and take this art to, uh, you know, different corridors.
So your paintings are you have been taking your paintings to America and now to Bollywood. Tell me about both these journeys. I mean, why did Bollywood happen so late? Also, tell me how is Kolkata taking to your art?
Well, this is a very interesting question. I would love to talk about this. They primarily, if you look at it, I mean, Bengal, if you consider different forms of art in Bengal, not necessarily what I practice, that is art on canvas, but also music, maybe filmmaking, maybe photography. There's so many different, like art forms. Bengal primarily is very undemocratic in accepting new art forms, in new practices, in new approach towards art. Somewhere they are quite stuck up, and this is primarily the main reason why initially when I started practicing, I was not getting enough fuel within my mind, and I'm very fortunate enough that. Throughout the particular time, since I always believed in my passion and I always listened to my heart, I literally took a lot of stake, a lot of risk in my life, leaving my corporate job, getting into my art, and my family stood by me like a rock, because you need a very strong family to understand you when actually you are taking a risk, when you're married, kids, my mom, everyone. But getting back to your question directly, is that Bengal needs to be flexible. Bengal needs to uh, understand that in this first changing world, art is also getting evolved at every moment, and in future we'll be having even greater art forms. Uh, we need to be more, being in Bengal, we need to be more inclusive about getting new ideas, new art forms, and new artists, which did not happen unfortunately in art. And I had to take a long time, which primarily I felt that when I first took it to US, and to my surprise, America loved my art. And I'm not, when I say America, I'm not talking about only the Bengalis or the Indians in America, but I'm also talking about the Americans. They are so intrigued by my art form, the subjects. They love to talk to me about the various characters, Hindu gods, goddess I happen to paint in my mythology series, and they keep asking me this question that why can't you guys make a superhero movie on this? We have got Avengers, we have got this DC and Marvel doing so much wonder. Why can't, in spite of having so much in your kitty, why can't you really go for like some movie? So, but again, we go back to the same reason that we don't want to, experiment with the existing art form. We made Superman so famous, but we never thought Hanuman can also become a superhero. It's very unfortunate, and I strongly believe Dev is that uh, primarily when Bollywood started picking up and the gateway, the way Bollywood actors, directors, and a different because Bollywood happened to be always a very decorated, uh, glamorous place where everyone would love to look at the movies, watch the movies, like go by the different stories about the people in Bollywood. But when I started uh, getting into the role in Bollywood, one particular person got me the opportunity to reach out to two more from there, three more, four more. That's how basically my art has started moving in Bollywood, and I'm very happy the way my art is getting accepted there, the encouragement and the appreciation I'm getting. That keeps me working and making some more designs, some more artwork, some more art forms. Honestly, and I've got a good mind that the way things are moving in US in Bollywood. Uh, I strongly believe that if Bengal can also be a bit inclusive, where more they can appreciate new changes, new artists, we'll get to see a very different world. And as we know, that Bengal happens to be the cultural capital of. Don't you think that your books are getting sold out of Bengal more than it should be because it is from Bengal? But it's very unfortunate. See, the same thing. It's about your storybooks and art. It's the same because the approach and the attitude of people need to change.
Thank you, Prithviraj.
My pleasure.